So I want to right now give it up for my main man, Simon Chan.
Let's hear from Mr. Simon Chan.
Yeah! Yeah!
Mr. Simon Chan!
Hi, this is Simon Chan, and welcome to today's training on how to follow up and close. Okay, the follow up is very, very important because if you invite people to look at your business, especially for network marketing or home business, most likely, often they do not buy your product or join right away. Sometimes people may buy the product, but definitely joining the opportunity. Sometimes they may not do it at the first time they hear about it. So maybe whether you're inviting your prospect to a meeting done by your upline, to your sponsor, or to a bigger team meeting, after the meeting, they'll probably want to go back home to take a, to think about it and to go over some information. Okay. Now, most of the time, people say that, oh, I want to think about it. They actually don't go home and stay up all night to think about it. Okay, that doesn't really happen. But they say that because they don't want to buy on the spot. And why that happens? That's just human nature. But sometimes people do want to, go over some materials, go over some maybe some data about your products, look into your company, and so regardless whether you look at it or not, you have to follow up with them, okay? Because they will tell you a no on the meeting, so you got to find out whether they want to learn more, or they want to get started, or maybe it's not for them. So the follow up is very important. So today we'll talk about how to follow up, the importance, and actually what you say, and also how to close a sale. So if you're doing a presentation, how to get people to take action and do it, okay? Because your business doesn't grow. You're bringing the presentations, but nothing really happens. No money is made until someone actually purchases a product or people join. One thing I want to talk about before we start is there's a balance between closing and follow up, right? When I say close, basically just getting people to take action. Normally, I don't push people when I, for example, do a presentation the first time. I don't push them hard to join my network marketing business, because if someone really needs to take some time, or this is not for them, I'm not going to try to convince something to do something that they really deep down don't want to do. Because what's going to happen is, I make some little money at the beginning, but these are the people, if you convince them to do something they don't want to do, guess what? They're not going to go to trainings. They're not going to do the business. They're not going to duplicate. It ends up being a total waste of time, for their time, my time. I end up having to call them, nagging them. So I'd rather not even deal with these people. And what I found out, the best people for the best use of your time, who can grow your business the fastest, the ones who maybe actually take some time to think about it, to actually go over some materials. And that's when the follow-up is very, very important. Okay. So if you're interested, I never push people to join. I just say, go look at information. Go look at information, take a look at it. So I give them time, but at the same time, right? Even though I'm letting them quote off the hook to look at it, I don't give them infinity. I make sure I set up a specific time to follow up and call them, because at the end, I want them to tell me, Simon, yes, I want to get started. Obviously, that's the best. Or second, hey, I need to look at more information. Or third, no, I don't want to do it. I want to get something out of them. So that's where the follow-up is very important. And I'm going to teach you how to do that after, how to get in touch with your prospects. Okay, so first thing is, it all starts with attitude. It starts with attitude. This business is all mental. First thing is, there's no excuses. There's no excuses. What do I mean by that? You can't say, oh, this person doesn't want to buy. My product's too expensive. Oh, I'm too tired to call them. Hey, just make it happen, okay? Your product is not too expensive. Your opportunity is, you are probably in the best opportunity already. Okay, stop making excuses why people are not buying. People will buy if you can show them the value, and I'm sure there is tremendous value in what you're doing. So you have to have the attitude that people want to buy. Second thing is, you got to get yourself in a happy and good mood. Okay, meaning that if you're sometimes for me, I'm tired. I'm like, oh, I have low energy. Guess what? I don't prospect actually, because if I'm tired, guess what? My prospects hear that in my voice. And who wants to join someone that's tired and no energy, right? People want to join people who are confident, happy, right? That's probably one of the reasons why you joined your network marketing business, because the person who brought you, they got excited. They're excited, they're passionate, and that's what people want to do. They want to buy your confidence and your excitement. So you got to be in a happy, good mood. Now, one of the things I do is if I'm kind of sluggish, do something that makes you happy. Like for me, I love exercise. I'll do push-ups. I exercise. I do some cardio, 5 minutes, anything to get me. I take a shower sometimes, get me to feel excited. Okay, then I go to prospect. For you, you may want to like meditate. Some people want like to dance. Whatever it is, do. You know, one of the best techniques I learned was if you're scared to pick up the phone to follow up, take a fist, take your hand, and just say, "I'm the best. I'm the best," and do it 10 times. I'm the best. 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 Gosh, I feel good. Instantly, your energy will rise because you're sending positive thoughts here, and when you have positive thoughts, your prospects can hear that. Okay, hear that. That leads to the third thing is the law of attraction. You know, you got to be careful of your thoughts because your prospects can feel your energy. This is not hocus pocus or whatever new age stuff, but trust me. Like for example, if you if you have a spouse or one of your good friends, if something's bothering them or your colleague, coworker, if something's bothering, maybe they had a fight at night with their spouse or something bad happened, and they came to the office, or your spouse had a bad day at work, even if they don't say something, and you can feel it, right? Or sometimes you talk on the phone, right? Something on their mind, you can feel it, you can sense it. And it's the same thing here. If you're not the positive, your prospects can feel that. If you're scared, your prospects can feel that, and you scare them away. So you gotta be positive. So, like I said, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best. Do that 10 times. The funny thing is, just like just like doing this training right before, I'm doing this recording. I gotta get myself in. I just took a shower. Just like shower, I did some exercise before this. I'm pumped. I'm so excited to do this training for you guys, right? And if I didn't do that, I know I'll be much lower energy, and this training wouldn't be as good. And it's the same thing when you prospect. You don't need to take 30 minutes. Just do something quick. Like I said, I'm the best. I'm the best. That works so well. I still do it today. The last thing is visualize your success. You got to visualize. Don't see like the prospect not going to buy. If don't be scared they're not going to buy. Because if you have the fear, you think, and you're visualizing that, that's what you get. Okay, you got to see the success. Think about, I always use the sports analogies. Michael Jordan was probably the greatest basketball player ever. He missed lots of shots, but every time he shot the ball, do you think he thought about, oh, it might miss, or maybe I should move, or he saw it go in already? Now, he saw his success already. He saw it go in already. And that's the same thing. And when you have that confidence, that'll lead you to success, and also people become attracted to confident people. And the last thing is, okay, why should you, some people, so this is all like whatever, hocus pocus stuff, but at the end of the day, let me give you something else that's definitely not hocus pocus. Why should you be happy? Why? Because your prospects want to buy. Okay, prospects love to buy. People love to buy things. People love to go shopping. They love to try things out. People love to buy. Your prospects sat there, listened to a presentation. They want to buy. You just have to show them why they should buy. Okay, so everyone out there wants to buy. This is the world, the way the world works. If people stop buying, the whole economy will stand still, and everyone would suffer. The whole world will lose their jobs. But why the world works? Because our human nature is we want to buy. So just from that, you should be happy. People want to hear about your opportunity. They want to buy. They want to buy and learn more about your products. So the better you feel, here's the thing, the better you feel about yourself, going back to a happy mood, the more prospects will become attracted to you. Which reminds us, let me ask you, when's the best time to make a sale? When's the best time to do a presentation? The best time is to make a sale is immediately after you made a sale. Think about it. Why? Because when you make a sale or someone join your business, right, that's like the ultimate excitement. Right? You're pumped, you're fired up, so you go after the next one, right? And when you're excited again, people feel that energy. They want to do. They want more of that. They come to you. So if you feel good, you feel invincible, right? You feel good. I'm telling you, there are days where I can't even get myself, even though I've had been very successful in this business industry. There are days where I don't feel like prospecting, and it's hard to pick up the phone. But there are times when it's been awesome. There's times, one time I signed up 6 people in one night, and because I was such it was like euphoric, it was crazy energy. I got 1, I got 2, and then even people who were a doubt, who were like negative that time, they decided to join a business because they saw my passion, they saw my confidence. So the best time to make a sale is immediately after you make a sale, which means if you make a sale, don't go out there and start celebrating. Just get the phone, set up the next meeting, start presenting. Go, don't take a break. Okay, take the break after the night is over, after the day's over. But if you made a sale at 7 p.m., keep going. I'll keep going for the rest of the night until you got to go to sleep. The rest. If you make the first sale during the day at like 10 a.m. in the morning, I'll spend the next 12 hours keep going nonstop. And you will find out the more, because I'm telling you, it's like you're in the zone, right? Like in sports, people in a hitting streak or in the basketball zone, where everything they do will go right. Trust me, that magical moment is when you make a sale. So you don't want to lose that. Okay, again, the business, 90% is mental and 10% is actually skills. Okay, you can have all the skills, but if you don't apply this, you're not going to do well. But if you got this, and you learn your skills are not that good, you still do well. But if you refine your skills, then you'll be great. Okay, so let's move on. So the summary, the better you feel, the better you do. So get yourself in a happy mood. Okay, you gotta be happy. Like I said, to exercise, dance, do whatever it takes. Or talk to one of your loved ones. So why do people not follow up? I've had people say, "Oh, you did a presentation last week. What happened to your prospect?" "Oh, I still haven't talked to him already." Why not? The main reason is fear of rejection, right? They're scared that the person's going to say, you are probably scared. If you're not following, you're scared the person's going to say no to you. And you have to understand, fear is basically false expectations appearing real. How do you know your prospect doesn't want to join? How do you know your prospect doesn't want to buy? It's all a myth, right? It's a myth. You have no idea. So here's something to think about. Sometimes you may have 10 people you got to call, and you're procrastinating, you're delaying, right? Because you're probably scared. Now, if I told you those 10 people, they told me, confirmed they will buy, but they'll only buy if you contact them in the next 2 hours. If you've got 2 hours, if you don't contact them in the next 2 hours, you will lose them. But if you contact them before the next 2 hours, they'll join 100%. If you told them this, I guarantee you will be on the phone nonstop calling, because you know they will buy. But because they're not confirmed they will buy, you kind of slack off and wait. That is the biggest trap you got to avoid. It's like, consider everyone they will buy. Because think about it, remember, people love to buy things, right? So start creating all these false images that people reject you and not buying. People want to buy, and get rid of the fear. And just remember, fear is false expectations appearing real. Okay? There's no one out there that said this John will not buy. You don't know until you actually talk to the person. So get in touch with them ASAP. Okay, so here are some important facts. 80% of sales are made after the 5th closing attempt. Okay, what does that mean? That means you're talking to a prospect. You're doing a meeting. The first time you ask them, "Do you want to get started?" They may say, "Oh," he may bring some questions. After you answer the questions, you have to ask them again. Okay, so in the meeting, you have to ask 5 different times to get started. If you ask them one, you want to get started, they say, "Oh," you start bringing up some questions, avoid the answer. That's okay. You answer that question, you have to go back to it. Okay, so 5 different times. Another definition of closing attempt is 5 follow-ups. Could be 5 separate meetings. You meet the person here. This time they're not going to join. Second time, you call them on the phone. Third time, you're still not joining. You call them the 3rd time. Then the 4th time. Then the 5th time. And the space of these meetings doesn't need to be every day. It could be a couple of days in between, or maybe they're not ready. Some people will tell you no. Right, so you maybe wait 6 months or wait 1 year, but you have to consistently follow up. 80% of sales are made after the 5th closing attempt. Remember, but unfortunately, over 50% of people quit after the 2nd closing attempt. So they really put a lot of money on the table, throw it away. So you always ask. Ask for the sale. Ask people to get started with your business. Ask people to buy. Okay. And the thing is, it's just that you want somebody to join your business. I don't ask them, hey, do you want to join? Do you want to join? Do you want to get started? I don't ask them the same way, because that's really, really annoying, right? So what you do is you ask them 5 different ways. Okay. So for example, I could ask them, would you like to get started today? Another way I can ask them is, what can I? So, would you like to get started today? Maybe they'll give me some excuses, or they have some questions. Okay, so I will answer the questions. Then I go back to them. So, what can I do to help you get started? Okay, what can I do more? Or another way to answer them. Do you have any other questions before we move forward? Or after I answer the questions, hey, would you like to give this a try? And if they say yes, then that means they wanted to join, right? If you say, I don't have any questions before we move forward, hey, so let's get you started. The next line I'll say, okay, let's get you started. Or another thing is, what's the best way for me to help you get started today? What's the best way for me to help you get started today? Okay. Or another, would you like to get started with the professional package or the medium package? Which is the best package for you to get started? And which product would you like to buy today? Right? So you have to ask 5 different ways. 5. It's like baseball. You got to swing the bat 5 times. Not just swing once and that's it and go back. Right? You got to keep going 5 different times. And remember, 80% of sales is made after the 5th follow-up. And so let's talk about the following up. Okay, the fortune is in the follow-up. And another thing is, even if a person says no, I don't want to join, that's okay. Because remember, there's never a bad prospect. Just the wrong time for the right prospect. Meaning that every one of your contacts, they want to either join your business or buy your product. They want to, but maybe the timing is not right for them. So the timing is not right. So for example, if you asked me like 10, 15 years ago whether I want to do network marketing, I was like, heck no. I was excited. I had a dream job. I was working for the NBA. I would never think, all I wanted to do is just have my job. I was proud of it. I never would have wanted to do it. So I would have been a bad prospect, right? But I was not a bad prospect. It was just the wrong time for me. But after working in that industry for a while, I realized, hey, I was making other people money, not for myself. Then I started looking for opportunity. Then I became a great prospect, right? So that's another reason why the longer you stay in network marketing, in the industry of your company, the easier it gets, because your friends, they may not be interested now, right? Think about this. Your friend just got a job, got a 5% raise, got promoted, got a new laptop, got a new got a new office with a window view, a corner, right? He's excited. He's probably not interested in your business. But 6 months from now, he realized he got a 5% raise, but he's doing 20% more work. And he's probably frustrated. He'd probably be a better prospect. And even if he's not good a prospect, a year from now, he would definitely be a much better prospect. And think about the best prospects are the ones in transition, the ones who are making a move, a change. So, and especially in America, for example, most people stay at their jobs every 2 years. Every 2 years they switch. 2-3 years they switch. So they don't switch at the 2-year point. They start switching start looking for opportunities after 12 months, 18 months. They start thinking about other opportunities, right? They start headhunting, submitting their resumes. And so those are the great people in transition. So that means they're sick of their jobs. They're tired. They want out. They want something to do something different. So that's, again, you stay in your business. Those would be great prospects for you. Okay. And speaking of transition, it could be someone like recently married. But before they were young, they were living a single bachelor life. Now they're married. They want more responsibility. They want to start a family. They want to make more income for a family. Again, that's a great prospect. That's when you have to follow up with these people. They say no to you. I mean, another example is people who they just had a baby. Before they didn't care, but now they have a baby. They want to spend more time with the baby, and they realize the jobs can't let them do that. So then they start looking at, it will be interested in your opportunity. That's why the longer you stay, the easier it gets. I've had people who took, anywhere from 4 months to get started to one of my friends took her 5 years. Yes, 5 years of following up, telling her, knowing she knew about me. I was confident. Again, you have to be confident, keep presenting, be positive, and then she became interested in the business because the timing was better for her. So the fortune is the follow-up. You got to follow up. At least 5 follow-ups, okay? 5 calls of 5 different visits. So again, I'm repeating this over and over again because I really want to get in your head that after you do your first meeting, it's not over. That's just the beginning. Okay, you did a first presentation, great, but it's really the fortune, the money's made after the follow-up. Here's something just for marketing purposes, just to let you know about business marketing. It takes 21 exposures for a customer to buy. Average of 21 exposures. What do I mean by that? So just say you see a billboard. Like here you have a picture here, the dental billboard, right? Next visit, go fix your smile, go fix your teeth, right? So a customer takes an average of 21 times before they buy. So meaning the first 1 to 10 times, they don't even notice, you don't even notice the billboards, the banners that you see. And this could be a billboard you're driving by, or an internet ad, or a TV commercial. It's just, you're watching it, but it doesn't really sink in, right? If I asked you what you saw, you probably never remember. After the 11th and 15th, now, do these people stop advertising? No, they don't, because they know that it takes 21 times. First 1 to 10 times, you don't even notice. But the 11th and 15th time, you start to notice it. They start to notice, oh, that's the billboard. The 16th and 20th time, then they start considering, oh, maybe the next time I get my teeth, I should check this place out. By the 21st time, that's when they finally purchase it. Okay, so that's why, again, it's all about repetition, consistency, and following up. So let's talk about closing. Okay, just say you're doing a meeting. How do you close? Remember, your prospects want to buy, right? But let me ask you, do you know why they buy? That's something that's very important. Most people think about, oh, this is what I'm going to sell, why they want to sell it. But you're thinking about yourself, which is selfish. Think about why they want to buy. Why does your prospect want to buy? Right? Remember we talked about communication qualities, that the number one most important communication quality is be interested in the person. Get to know them. Find out why they want to buy, what motivates them, right? And you need to find that out. So think about it. The first exercise I want you to do is, can you list out 10 reasons why they will buy your product or join your business? Because how can you ask them to do something if you don't know what motivates them, right? So you have to know that. So first exercise was come up with 10 reasons why your prospects will buy. So for example, this could be, if you're a prospect from the business, just say they want financial freedom, right? Or maybe they want to spend more time with their family. Or maybe they hate the job, they want to fire their boss. Or maybe they want to move to a different city, but they can't get a job there. They want to do something from home. Write down 10 reasons why your prospects will want to join your business or buy your product. Okay, so the second exercise is, after you have those 10 reasons, you want to do 3 questions for each of the reasons. Okay, that relates to that reason. So for example, just say one of the reasons why they want to buy is they want financial freedom. So you ask them, do you want financial freedom? Right? And they say, yes, I do. So great, so let's help you get started. That leads to the close, leads them to sale. Second, maybe you ask them, do you see how your ABC company can help you achieve financial freedom? Do you see how we can help you achieve that? Third thing I could ask them is, when's the best time for you to start working to achieve your financial freedom? Right? Those are 3 questions related to financial freedom. So maybe, that was the example we did for financial freedom. Maybe another reason they want to buy is so they can spend time with your kids. So are you interested to spend more time with your kids? Do you see how your company can spend? So again, the exercise, 3 questions for each of the 10 reasons. So here are 3 great closing questions that you can ask. Okay, and you ask them in sequence, in order. So number 1, are you interested to work from home? Okay, just say that your benefits working from home. Are you interested to work from home? Do you see how ABC company can help you work from home? Okay, now when's the best time for you to start working from home? Very effective. You can use this format of these 3 questions for anything. And I'm going to leave it up. So make sure take your pens and paper, copy this down. Okay, are you interested to work from home? Did you see how your company, ABC company, can help you work from home? When's the best time for you to start working from home? So you can apply this to your products too. So for example, you have a weight loss product. Do you want to lose weight and be healthier? Do you see how our weight loss program can help you lose weight and be healthier? And when's the best time for you to lose weight and be healthier? Okay, see this? I love this. I use this all the time. And the obvious answer is now. So come up with at least at least 20 closing questions, okay, that you could ask. Because remember, you got to ask how many times? At least 5 times, right? If you ask them 5 times, you can't ask the same question all the time. 20 different closing questions. So what can we do to help you get started today? Would you like to get started with just the products or with the packages? Okay. If we say products, then they're going to buy the products. If they say packages, they're going to get started with the packages. Do you have any other questions before we help you get started today? If you say, I don't have any closing questions, then great, then let's get you started. If you do have questions, then you ask the questions. And by the way, questions are good. You want your prospect to ask you questions. But if they ask you questions, that means they are interested. Okay. The worst thing is if they don't have any questions to ask. So here's some, I had to bring this up, some really lame closing questions. The worst is like, hey, what do you think? Hey, what do you think about this? Okay, because people, remember, people don't think. They don't want to think. They want you to guide them and tell them, okay? So if you ask them to think, they'll be, oh gosh, I got to think about this. They're going to be confused. They don't know what to think, and they will not buy. The lamest is, do you want to join? So people don't like to join. They want to become involved. They want to be, engage themselves. Don't use the word join. People just don't like the word joining. They like to, involve. You want to be engaged. You want to be part of something. Do you want to be part of this? Don't join, okay? But believe it or not, these lame closing questions are still better than not asking. It astounds me. A lot of people, they do a great presentation, they do such hard work, and then afterwards they just sit back. It's like, I think maybe people get this mentality from going to school. When a teacher asks a question, or they raise their hand, they say the answer, and then they just go back and they sit back and they smile and they're happy, right? Or maybe if you finish a project, they submit it, hand it in, and the work is done. When you do your presentation, invite a presentation or do your presentation, that's just the beginning. You got to ask. After you finish the presentation, you got to ask. And remember, 5 different times. So if the person says, okay, I don't have any questions, so are you ready to get started? Say, yes, I am. So great, I'm just going to get the details. Like, for example, I just need to confirm some information, right? You go right to the close. You close them. You ask them, okay, all I need is what address do you want your checks and products to ship to? And then for security and tax purposes, what's your social security number? And this applies in the U.S., you need a social security number. Or if you're in different countries, just get the information you need. And what form of payment would you like to use? You take the automated credit cards, or you can pay by cash or check. Okay. The key is to be confident when you ask these things. And it may be difficult when you first start. It was hard for me because my first sign up, I didn't even get the correct credit card information. I forgot to get the expiration date, the true story, because I've never done it before. So practice saying this in front of the mirror is very important, because if you sound scared or tentative, remember, would your prospect want to join someone that's scared or tentative? No, right? So you got to be, hey, let me get you started. What address do you want your checks and products to ship to? And for tax and security purposes, I need your social security number. And hey, what form of payment do you want to make for your initial investment? And I use the word investment, so they know it's money going in and they will get it back. And the key, again, is to be confident when you ask these. And sometimes they're what we call hidden objections, okay? If your prospect hesitates and doesn't do an enrollment, what does that mean? That means the prospect has like a hidden objection, something bothering them that they still haven't answered. It's like, it's a bug on the windshield, right? You're driving in a car and there's a bug and you can't see clearly. They can't see clearly and they have that little bug that's bothering them. It's in the back of their mind. So you must help your prospect move beyond these objections so they get the answer. You must fish it out, find out what questions they have that's stopping them, right? And if they do bring up the question, again, that's good, because that shows them they're interested. So what you do, you answer the question, which you do very confidently, I know. Once you answer them, you go back and close them again. Remember, a prospect always has 3 hidden objections, 3 doubts. 3 doubts in the mind. Number 1, is this for real? Right? Sometimes, and this could be any form of the pyramid objection, MLM objection, but is this for real? The second thing is they're thinking, can I do this? Can I really do this? Do I have this? So that's when you have to sell the training, right? You have to sell them this training that I don't have time, I'm shy, I don't know many people. You got to show them that they can. And the third thing is, will you help me? Will you help me? Because Again, that's why being confident is so important, right? Because it's based on trust. If you don't sound confident, you're not happy, they have doubts, they won't join. So these are the 3 doubts always in questions mind, and you gotta fish them out. So they bring up the question, oh, maybe I don't understand why the product is so good. You handle that objection, and once you handle it, then you go back and close them again. And that's why you need those closing questions. Remember, we said we have to make up a list of 20, at least 10, 20 closing questions. So, hey, anything else? I would ask, hey, do you have any other questions before we help you get started? Right? Oh, they say, oh, I do have another question. Great. Then I go handle that question. But I keep going and keep asking. Because remember, 80% of the sales is done after the 5th follow-up. So you got to keep asking, asking, asking. And the key is never quit, and never quit until all the objections are handled. And sometimes people say, after the objections are handled, they want to, I need some time to go back home, right? Which is fair. Like I said, I don't push. Some people you want to close them. Some people do that. For me personally, I don't push people on the spot. I give them time and I follow up. And that's when you have to follow up with them. And key to following up, you set up a specific time and date where I can call them and get back to them. Okay. So how do you be a good sponsor? I've been one of the top sponsors for my company. How do you be a top sponsor? Number one, you got to be a good communicator. Okay, the number one thing is be interested. Stop thinking about yourself. Start thinking about others. Start thinking about how do you help others. Number two, learn how to handle the objections. How do you handle the objections, right? How do you handle them? If you don't know, go listen to the separate video trainings where I cover them. And number three, you gotta have the 20 closing questions you can use at any time. Remember, if you can't help them the first time, don't forget. Follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. The fortune is in the follow up. Now, they may not be interested today, but what about 6 months from now? 1 year, 3 years from now? You never stop asking. It happens to me, happens like the best leaders I know in the network marketing industry. They require, a lot of times these best leaders, they require numerous follow-ups before enrolling. And think about it, what would have happened if their sponsors had stopped following up? Most of my top leaders in my business require numerous follow-ups. If I stopped following up to them, one of them took 4 months, right? I wouldn't enjoy like the passive income I did today. And more importantly, I would not be able to impact this person's life like the way I have. Right? So again, you're doing something good, so you gotta follow up. Fortune is in the follow-up. Okay. Remember, there's never a bad prospect, just the wrong time for the right prospect. Follow up. You set up the time, could be 6 months, 1 year from now, and always ask for the close. So that wraps up our training. Again, the fortunes in follow-up. I'm going to repeat it like a million times. And 80% of sales is done after the 5th closing attempt. So you got to be persistent. And the last thing is know why your people buy. This is very, very important. Why do they buy? And come up with 10 closing questions, 10, 20 closing questions. The more you have, the better. It's like your arsenal. Like you can use any time. Because you don't want to say the same thing over and over again. Use that. That's your arsenal. Use it at all times, anytime, so you can get your prospect to buy, and they should buy because you're helping them, right? You have a great product. They need your product. They need your business. So that wraps up our training. Go watch it. I will watch this again and really do the exercises. And if you really apply it, will definitely help your follow-up, help your closing, and help your business, and most importantly, help the people that you know. So this is Simon Chan, and wraps up your training. And I hope you enjoy this. Apply what you learn, do the exercises, and I'll see you next time.